and Tangela too, and our host, Vincent Van Dahl. And he brings it to ya! Creature features, and all creatures, and all creatures! And the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Don't get you tonight.
Good evening and welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent, the lovely lass over to this side that resembles a cross between Snow White and the Predator would be the dainty and delicate Tangela. And the handsome German bloke over to this side, who can do a most passable impersonation of the great Morgan Freeman, would be my affable butler, Mr. Livingston.
Those of us who knew him best talk about him often.
Indeed. Tonight we have a most fantastic program in store for you. First, our film. You'll find this one to be either absolutely incredible, oddly peculiar, or something in between. But regardless of your final verdict, one cannot argue that this wasn't a very well-made film. Tonight we shall present A Reflection of Fear from 1972. Starring Robert Shaw, Sondra Locke, and Sally Kellerman, this somewhat disturbing thriller will leave you at the edge of your seat. Even Livingston likes this film, do you not?
Sometimes it makes me sad, though, Andy being gone.
Right. And joining us to watch this most paralyzing picture will be the lovely and talented Heather Rogers. She's a magician, a public speaker, a corporate motivator, and an all-around amusing person. She'll show us some of the tricks she has up her sleeves, perhaps perform some of astonishing mentalism, and acquaint us with how she keeps herself busy when she's not dazzling her adoring fans. Now, Tangela, I absolutely forbid you from showing your magic guillotine trick.
I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright.
Good Lord, I've created a monster. In any case, don't go away, for it shall be another night of magical and murderous fright right here on Creature Features.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
Stay tuned. Heather Rogers, did you know that if people switched over to channel 2, 6, 8, or 12, they could watch a film done in 1957 called Designing Women? I thought that was a television program. It was a movie as well. Who's in it? Gregory Peck, Lauren Bacall, Dolores Gray, Chuck Connors.
All-star cast.
I think they should be watching that instead of our program, movie-wise. But no, we've got Heather Rogers, and I don't even know how to describe you. You're a magician. You're an amazing person. You're a public speaker. You probably sell cars on the side as well, don't you?
I do it all. I'm actually an epigenetics coach on the side.
What is God's name is that?
Biohackers, just learning what peptides are up to. And I weave magic into that.
Oh, I love it. So we're going to have to talk some more about that. But you drove all the way up from the Marin County area.
Did.
Oh, nice. How was traffic?
Oh, it was quite slow.
Right. No, that's all right.
Glacial.
But once you get out to the coastline, it's nice, right?
Oh, yes.
Right.
Yes.
The only thing you have to contend with are birds.
Yes, and we know the film The Birds.
No, well, yeah, everyone writes to us saying, oh, you live in Bodega Bay, you must have a big problem with birds. And it's just the bird poop. That's it. No, the birds are rather friendly. We've got a seagull that visits us every day for crackers.
Oh,
Yes, no,
trained.
He's wonderful. Although he might pinch your fingers. So that's all birds out here. That's all Hitchcock birds is getting your fingers pinched by a hungry seagull.
Love pecks.
We are going to see tricks from you. We're going to talk about what you've been up to. She knows everything about this film, and as you know, I know nothing about the film. So it'll be nice to have an expert on. But there's some good people in this film, right?
Robert Shaw, an amazing Shakespearean actor.
What was his name on Jaws? He was the
Oh, yes,
he was the fish
definitely
hunter,
in
the shark
Jaws.
hunter on Jaws.
Yes, he did
Right.
a lot of films. But interestingly, he died only 7 years after the film you're watching tonight.
No.
Heart attack.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and even more interestingly, he was married to the woman who plays Catherine in this film. Mary.
Which character?
That's Catherine.
Which is
Her real name is Mary Ure.
no, but she
She's
plays
the mother.
The mother.
Yes,
All right.
the
So the mother was married to
Robert
suppose-
Shaw.
the man who plays her ex-husband. Right?
Yes, they were
Right.
married.
Right.
And she died only like 3 or 4 years after the filming of this. And interestingly, she had done some film, and she went back to the London stage after 15 years hiatus, opening night of a show called The Exorcism.
Oh boy.
Triumphant opening. Hours later, she was found dead, overdose of alcohol barbiturate.
And Sondra Locke is gone as well.
74. But it was interesting. Her death was no one talked about it. It was found out weeks and weeks later. All her good friends didn't mention it. Clint Eastwood didn't mention it. She must not have wanted it mentioned. She was actually taken out of the Academy Awards memorandum, as they say.
Right.
And she was removed. So she really wanted that
Oh
quiet.
my goodness. Wow. So this film is cursed. Be careful watching it, right?
It is interesting, that
What
one.
do you say we start it?
Let's do it.
All right, off we go to A Reflection of Fear. Don't go away, and we'll be back after the break.
Where are you, my little creatures? Think I can't see you? I see you. If only you were a little brighter, Aaron. A little more AVA. I might let you look at this. Cat got your tongue?
What makes you think I even want to look at whatever it is?
It is phylum Protozoa, Aaron. Not that that would have the slightest meaning to an intelligence as limited as yours.
What would you do if you didn't have me to make fun of?
And what would you do for a friend if you didn't have me?
Some friend. We don't play anymore. We don't even talk. You and your French, your flowers, your fancy microscope.
Honestly, you're such a child.
Marguerite, stop it.
You're jealous. You know that?
Maybe I am. I can get lonely, too. You keep me cooped up in here like one of the dead dolls in your trunk.
Kevin said he saw you sneaking in the garden last night.
How could he? He left at 6.
And how would you know that if you weren't in the garden?
What does he know? He's just the gardener.
I don't like that, Aaron. Sneaking.
I was looking for you.
I don't like lies either. What's come over you?
Don't be so smart.
I think you'd best stay in your room tomorrow.
No, I won't.
Aaron?
It's not fair. Hiding me as if I'm something to be ashamed of.
Poor dear. You know perfectly well that if anyone caught you here, they'd toss you right out on your bottom.
Oh, you'd like that? Well, I've got feelings, too. Not that anybody cares. Least of all you.
But I do care.
No, you don't. Dominating, making fun.
I'm sorry. Truly I am. Don't pout. We'll take long walks together. I'll even teach you French. I love you, Aaron. Quickly, hide back to your room.
Marguerite! Marguerite! It's 12 o'clock. Had you forgotten?
I was studying my samples, Grandmère.
In the dark, on a day like this? There, that's better. Did I hear you talking to someone?
My amoebas.
Mother?
You better change for lunch, and don't forget to fix your hair.
It's from Michael. I tell you, I won't have him here.
I hardly think he's coming again for you, my dear. She is his daughter, after all.
We've been so careful, Mother.
A glimpse would perhaps satisfy him for another 10 years.
A glimpse of Michael would hardly satisfy Marguerite.
Would you stir his curiosity? And Marguerite, seeing Michael, might temper her absurd idolatry of the man.
I shall show him my pinks and my carnations. Oh, and my dahlias and my mums. Here, Mother. This is a Marguerite. It's really a rather elegant daisy, don't you think? Did you know that daisy means day's eye? Old English. I think that's lovely, don't you? Chrysanthemum frustaceens. That's my true generic name. Marguerite's also called a Paris daisy. Oh, will we see Paris one day?
Grand-mère and I were just discussing a trip. After your father's visit.
Oh, could we visit Mont Saint-Michel, could we? Where the tides rush in and out so extravagantly. Étrantrain par le Corot. My French is so atrocious. Does Father speak French? Living abroad, traveling, publishers in foreign lands? I suppose he speaks scads of languages.
Fun was all I remember. Women are the natural linguists. Men just don't have music in their ears. What are those dreadful things?
Well, they're not dreadful.
Why, it's common goldenrod.
Aaron's rod, Mother. I had Kevin put them in.
That's right, ma'am.
Why on earth spoil a perfect garden? Take them out, Kevin.
No! I won't let you.
Why, it's nothing but a weed, dear.
But all flowers are beautiful. Even the wild ones. It's cousin to mullein, which is sometimes called the velvet plant, because its leaves are so soft and woolly. Second cousin to orpine. Mother, did you know that orpine is sometimes called live forever? Nothing dreadful about that.
Huh. My, aren't we giddy today?
I'm so happy Father's coming.
Thank you, Peggy. I'll serve. Would you bring this hot chocolate to Marguerite, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Some more coffee, Catherine?
No, thank you, Mother.
Will there be anything else, Mom?
No, thank you. That's all. You may go, Peggy.
Thank you, Mom.
Be sure the gate lock clicks when you leave, Peggy. Kevin forgot the other evening. Some urchins from Georgetown were running around the grounds.
Oh, yes, Mom. I always click the lock. Good night.
Good night, Peggy.
Now you're even keeping secrets from me.
How long have you been there? Anyway, I'm not keeping secrets. I simply hadn't told you yet.
Oh, I see. I thought we shared everything.
We do. But he is my father. I do have a life of my own. What a horrid little laugh. And what are you doing on my bed?
I thought we were always going to be together. Best friends and all that. But just maybe you're saving all that for fun.
Oh, there you go, being all jealous again. And stop feeling sorry for yourself.
I just don't want to get shoved back into a corner because of your precious father.
You...
Well, if he's all that bloody wonderful, why doesn't he live here?
You... Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out of here!
I'm not a child anymore. I can get along on my own.
Welcome back. You know, this amoebas. When you were young, did you ever keep an amoeba as a pet?
Planarians, echinoderms were my favorite, but amoebas, they were just a little too, they didn't have enough personality.
That's above my head. That's above my pay grade. All right, welcome back to the show. We are watching A Reflection of Fear, 1972, with the wonderful Heather Rogers. If you're just joining us, you know, some people come in late.
It's true.
They're like, I want to miss that whole beginning part where they're doing all that nonsense, and then I want to see the beginning of the movie.
Making popcorn.
Is that it?
Yep.
Oh, it's better than them off to the loo, right? No, because there's people who watch our introduction or listen to it from the loo.
Really?
Yes.
They admit that?
And they miss the punchline because they flush just as we do the thing.
I think that's sort of honoring the punchline.
So you do tricks.
I do.
And you have one for us.
I do. I'm a magician because I love the mystery of life. And I think it's all about perception. And magic reminds us we're living in a mystery with a capital M, and it reminds us to question that which we perceive. Here's a metaphor. Magic is metaphor. I'm holding a newspaper. But if we were to deconstruct this newspaper, looking down, you'd say, well, I'm holding ideas. I'm holding paragraphs, sentences, words, letters, ink dots. Or you might realize, looking deeper, I'm actually holding atomic particles in a dance of creation.
Amoebas.
Amoebas, yes, you're right. Molecules. And looking even deeper, you'd see I'm holding atomic particles, amoebas, molecules that are so small and so far apart that what I'm actually holding is empty space. That's Marin County kind of cosmic, yeah? Yeah.
I think so, yes.
But the mind, the power of the mind, can just as quickly turn it back into, boom, a newspaper. Perfectly whole and complete.
I was watching closely. I have not seen any trickery here. That was amazing.
Perception.
Oh, my goodness. There's a lot of blah, 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 but that was a wonderful trick. I've never seen that one done before. Yeah. I'm going to ask you how you did it later.
I can do it with your passport.
With my passport.
You name it.
Yeah, my mother has been trying to get me to go back to the UK, and I don't want to go. It'd be wonderful if I could say, you know, we had this magician on, and she tore up my passport. All right, what do you say we get back to the film?
Let's do
When
it.
we come back, we're going to see another one of your wonders. All right, off we go back to A Reflection of Fear. Don't get scared. See you soon.
Annie, come on, get out. Look at this. Beautiful.
Oh, Mickey, it's fantastic.
Mr. and Mrs. Heffernan?
Mr. Heffernan, Miss Havard. Excuse us. Here are the keys. You Caraca's son, then?
Yes. Father died 5 years ago.
Oh, sorry to hear about that.
I'm only here summers to help Mama. We gave up the boats. Mother runs the inn now.
Do you hear much at all from up at the headland?
Not very much. I'm usually in Montreal. But I'm sure your daughter will be happy to see you. She's a very pretty girl.
It is very good to see you again. It's been a long time.
Mrs. Caraca, this is Miss Havard.
Enchantée.
Hello.
Come with me, please.
Thank you.
Will you ask her right out, first thing?
There's no reason she should hang on to me.
She hates me.
Just remember what you've come for.
He just wants to spoil everything. I hate him.
Catherine.
Michael?
Julia?
Come in.
Yes, thank you. You've hardly changed.
I'm not sure how you mean that.
I mean, you look beautiful.
And you, Michael, look terribly distingué. May I?
Now you've done it. You've really done it, destroying my flowers.
Maybe now you'll have a little more respect for me.
He's here, and I'm gonna tell on you.
I've not come here to agonize over past guilt.
What have you come for, Michael?
To ask you for a divorce.
Well, we have certainly come full circle, haven't we?
Julia, if you don't mind, I really think this does concern Catherine and me.
There is nothing, absolutely nothing between you and me.
That's precisely why we should end this marriage.
Thank you, Peggy. I'll serve. There is a woman, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Sugar?
Thank you. She's here, as a matter of fact. Oh, I don't mean here. She's at the inn.
Does she know about you? So now you want a second chance.
Catherine, you know I wanted that 10 years ago with you. Now, I simply want my freedom.
Which is mine to give.
Is that all you want?
No, I want to see my daughter.
Your daughter? She's not your daughter. You weren't even there when she was born. You were nothing in her life.
I'm a father.
You can cease all communications with her.
What do you really want, Michael? A divorce, Marguerite, or both?
Mother. You will see her, and then you will go.
Is that what she wants? Hmm? You still love twisting the knife, don't you, Julia? Marguerite.
Marguerite, this is your father.
I don't suppose you remember me, do you?
I remember.
Would you like to sit down? It's very difficult to know what to say to somebody you love so much and whom you haven't seen for so long. Somebody who is so enchanting. Did you get my books?
Oh, yes. They're lovely books. I like especially the one on botany. Splendid color plates.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Do you study flowers at school?
Marguerite is a very special child. She doesn't require school. She has the best tutors, a library, everything.
Share my books with your friends?
Oh, yes. Mother and Grandma read them all as soon as they arrive.
I don't mean Mother and Grandmère. I mean your friends. I mean, you've got friends of your own age, haven't you?
I told you, Michael, she's a very special child.
I show some of them to Aaron, the simpler ones.
I really, Marguerite. Erin is one of Marguerite's doll friends.
Well, that's no wonder if she doesn't have any Human ones.
Oh, but he's quite human. In fact, he's been terribly, terribly naughty.
You've been crying.
He destroyed my garden.
I thought we were not going to have a scene.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't want you to see me this way.
Some scamps broke into the place last night. They destroyed the flowers.
I tell you, it was Aaron.
Marguerite, see that she washes her face. So you insist on upsetting the child the moment you come here.
No school. No friends. Does she ever get away from this place?
We travel. Last year, Morocco. This year, Europe.
Oh, yes, I can imagine all that. Hotels, suites, museums, tutors. Very well chaperoned. Bit like those letters I get once a year. Pathetic exercises in suppression. Beautifully heartbreaking writing. Excised of any emotion. Dictated by you and censored by Julia.
What right have you?
Right? I know I've done you great damage. God knows I know that. Now it's your turn, I suppose. Well, what's she doing now? She forgotten her lines? Julia, rehearsing the next scene or something?
Michael? Michael? Marguerite has something to say to you.
It really doesn't matter.
Yes, I must.
Catherine.
Are they gone?
Yes. Think so.
It's so good having you here. Please, don't go.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Did you know Elizabeth Montgomery was on Bewitched?
Everyone knows that.
No, but here's the interesting fact. There was lyrics to her song, the Bewitched song.
Oh, I had no
Actual
idea.
lyrics to the song. Tangella can do the nose twitch thing. Do it. See? She does it just like Elizabeth Montgomery. Anyways, welcome back to the show. Miss Heather had to step away for a quick moment to get another trick, I think. But we're going to do some mail because you sent us mail, and if we don't read the mail, then we get angry mail from people saying you did not read my mail, and then the mail piles up, and it becomes like a snowball, a giant, gargantuan snowball in his mailroom, right?
Indeed.
Indeed. What do you got from me,
Taking
Mr.
a-
Livingston?
I have one from West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Evelina.
Is there an East Virginia?
I don't think so.
Why would they have a West Virginia and no East Virginia?
That's a good question.
It is.
Perhaps one of our viewers might know that.
How do you say this? Evelina?
Evelina.
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 Evelina writes to us from War, West Virginia.
Yeah, I thought maybe that was short for something.
No, it says War, West Virginia. Very nice. Dear Creature Features, Vincent, Tangella, and Mr. Livingston, you're all amazing. You know, he could be amazing, but he's always such a grump. So he's less than amazing, but he's working on it, right?
Indeed.
Indeed. I'm so glad I found you on YouTube so I can introduce my grandkids to you and the wonderful black and white classic movies you show. They are the best and will go away with people my age if we don't keep them going for new generations. So thank you so much for being here for us all, old and young ones of today who really need to see how great horror films are done. You make me so very happy, and I would be even happier if you could send me a beautiful picture of you three beautiful people. I would squeal with happiness and put it beside my TV. I don't have much money, but we'll pay for the picture if you let me know how much. Love you all. Please don't ever go away. We need you. Evelina Price. Well, you do need to pay us, Evelina, for a photo because it is on the way to you as we speak, sort of, almost. It will be soon. And yes, I agree. Those old black and white pictures should be kept forever, right?
You can try.
The classic movies. We need to keep refreshing the interest in them. It's like keeping a flame alive, right? That's a point she's making. Thanks for writing, Evelina. Next up.
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio is the postage mark. You know, many times you read the postage mark and the letter is from somebody elsewhere. Oh, look at this. $3 American. That's going to something good. And he does not say where he's from, but we'll assume it's Columbus, Ohio. All right, this is a long one. I shall read it quickly. Hello to everyone at Creature Features. I'm writing to you to express my thoughts on two different matters. First things first. Enclosed are $3. One is for you, Vincent, to get a real nice shine on your expensive-looking boots. I do need it, don't I? One for Livingston so he can get a lot better haircut than the one he has now. Right. And the third is for the enchanting Miss Tangella, perhaps a delightful fragrance of bubble bath salts. You know, for $1, I think they're going to give you hydrochloric acid or something like that. Right? I don't know. For her to retire in some luxurious moments of warmth and tranquility. Now on to the matters at hand. Halloween is coming. We're reading your mail a little bit late. We hope you'll forgive us, but you know, it's difficult to read all the Halloween mail before Halloween.
There's so much of it.
Anyways, sorry we missed it. I've got a terrific suggestion for two movies that you could show, one the week before and the other the week after. One of the many hosts of your genre, Cassandra Peterson, made two movies as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. The first was titled Elvira, Mistress of the Dark and released in September of 1988, and the other one was Elvira's Haunted House. It's actually Elvira's Haunted Hills. Released in June of 2001. I believe these two movies would be smashing hits for your show, and to make it even better, have her as a guest. We've tried. She won't return my calls anymore. She used to be on my speed dial. And when she found out I was doing this, I think she decided that I was now the competition. There's no competition for Elvira. I mean, she's Elvira. Who's going to be Elvira?
Elvira.
No, she's nice. She's nice, but she'll never come on our show. And as far as the movies go, same deal. She probably won't let us run them. But they are, yes, fine movies. And now let's talk about the other matter. Each year, the United States Marine Corps has an annual ball on their birthday. This year will be on Friday, November the 10th. That was some time back, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Right. I would consider it a distinct honor and privilege of the highest order if Miss Tangella would accompany me to this gala affair. Vincent, you and Mr. Livingston can come also. Vincent, with your musical background, you could be the DJ and spin all your hit records along with other songs for us to dance the night away. Mr. Livingston, perhaps you could be our chauffeur for the evening in the limo that I'd rent specially for Miss Tangella and me. This is going down a dirt road here. To regale everyone with her lovely presence, to glide gracefully across the floor with her to the wonderful melody of Henry Mancini and Johnny Mercer's hit Moon River from the Audrey Hepburn movie Breakfast at Tiffany's would certainly be a showstopper. Or maybe to trip the light fantastic to Robert Holmes' The Pina Colada Song, which would have every Marine talking for years to come all over the world. My destiny awaits. Frank Bullet, Lance Corporal, USMC. Well, Frank, I'll have to tell you one thing. I don't know what the Marines would think of the likes of me. They would like him. They'd like her. But I think they'd stop me at the door with, what do they use, an M16?
I believe so.
Right, they'd use M16. And as far as Tangella going on dinner dates, You know, she kills most of her quarters, so you would have to be well armed and trained in the Marines to contend with that, and I don't think it'd be a wonderful date. So you might want to reconsider, but we will still keep your $3. Thank you, sir. Next up, Mr. Livingston.
I have one from Gales Ferry, Connecticut. John Goras.
John Goras, you said he wrote to us before once maybe, right? He's got photos and no letter, right? But that's all right, because we're going to show the photos or the drawings, the artwork. These are like stickers. They feel like stickers. All right, there's that one. It's a skull guy with a machine gun. Maybe it's part of the whole Marine party thing that our friend was talking about. Halloween. Very nice, very nice. And this is a duplicate of that one, right? I wonder if he's made one for each of us is what he's doing. So we've got 3 of this one, right? Different colors. What's Halloween Now mean? Halloween Now YouTube. YouTube John Goras. All right, nice stuff. Thank you for sending that to us. Last one.
Peoria, Illinois.
Peoria, Illinois. Another long. Did you plan all these long letters for tonight?
I'm sure I did.
All right. James Hickensack of Peoria, Illinois writes, Dear Creature Features, I'm writing to express my growing frustration and deep concern about the unexpected impact your show has had on my life.
Oh, dear.
This could go either way, could it not?
Could.
Since I began watching Creature Features, my life has taken a bizarre turn and I've had enough. First and foremost, my digestive system has gone haywire, leaving me constipated like never before. He's blaming us for this. Get some X-Lax. How can we constipate somebody?
I haven't the vaguest idea.
I think this man's mad. It's as if all the monsters and aliens featured in your show have taken residence in my gut. To make matters worse, my cat, Mr. Whiskers, has now chosen the television as his personal bathroom, leaving me with the daily task of cleaning up after him. Even my once loving dog, Max, has turned into a picky eater. He won't touch his food, not even a succulent steak. It's like the weirdness of your program has seeped into our everyday lives. We can't take credit for this, can we? We entertain, we don't make kittens piddle in the wrong place. What's more, my neighbors, who used to be friendly, now treat me like a pariah. They avoid eye contact and hurry past me in the hallway as if I'm the source of all the odd happenings in our building. I've reached my breaking point, and I'm asking you to please consider ending the broadcasting of your show. The humor and enjoyment it offers are simply not worth the chaos and confusion it has brought into my life. I did it. How do I respond to this?
I'm speechless.
Well, yeah, I think the man needs medical attention.
So it would seem.
Instead, he's penning nasty letters to a TV program. You need help, young man, or old man, or whatever you are. You're blaming his cat, Mr. Whiskers.
And that's that.
Can you believe that? Anyways, that's it for mail. If you'd like to send mail of your own to our show, go to this wonderful little website right here, and you can find out how to send us an envelope with $3 in a dubious invitation to a Marine party, or you can write us a letter that complains about your cat, Mr. Whiskers, or we didn't get any packages this week. But
no, we did not.
You don't need to send us a package. Just send us your love. That's all we want, right? Right?
Right.
Right. All right, we're going to get back to the film, and when we come back, Miss Heather Rogers will rejoin us again. Don't you dare go away.
She's not going to get very far with that.
Is that you, Mickey?
Yes, it's me. We've got an invitation to a dinner party. You have to put on a dress, not one of your sexy ones.
What's the verdict?
The verdict is I can have a divorce.
Oh, Mickey, how wonderful.
It's Marguerite. She's a disturbing child. Enchanting. Bright as a button. And she's their prisoner. I mean that quite literally. They've got her locked up away from the world like some precocious doll. Talks like a book. And Catherine will give me the divorce if I never again have anything to do with Marguerite. You see, it's what they're doing to her. And I'm gonna need your help.
Mickey? You do love me, don't you?
There's quite enough for the whole family. All that is except Aaron. No crackers and milk for Aaron. Until he decides to behave himself. Getting quite cocky, aren't we?
Just learning my way around. Opening my eyes. Figuring a few things out for myself.
What things?
Your mother for one. Your grandmother for another. There are a couple of dandies. Been pulling the wool over your eyes. Like you've been doing to me.
You're just angry because I told on you.
They didn't believe you anyway. They probably think you're crazy. Your father does.
Don't say that. He thinks I'm enchanting. What wool have they been pulling over my eyes?
When you were 5, they told you your father was dead.
How did you know about that?
You told me. I don't forget things like that. And those shots you take every day.
I have diabetes.
What's in the bottles?
Don't you even know what insulin is? It increases the glycogen storage in the liver and keeps a glucose balance between water and carbon dioxide.
If you're so smart, why do they take the labels off the bottles?
Well, they could be poisoning my food if I wanted to believe the absolute worst. You have to have a certain amount of faith in people.
Blind faith? Like your precious Saint Mike?
What about him?
Oh, you treat him like the second coming. He's here to make a deal. Never to see you again. If St. Catherine will give him a divorce.
That's not true. He'd never agree to such a thing.
Oh, no? Are you quite sure? There's a remarkable woman in his life. I heard every word.
I have to get dressed. Father will be here. Where did you get that?
My rod and my staff. They comfort me.
Oh, Aaron, you're scaring me. of the flower are actually modified leaves. You see, the showy colored petals are the corolla. Inside of that, the stamens bear the pollen sacs around the pistil. The ovaries are just underneath that. And the amazing thing is that...
Oh, Cherie, really, I think we've heard enough.
Oh, Marguerite, I'd love to see some of your prints. I've heard so much about them.
Oh, mayn't I show them my rooms? Mama gave me this for Christmas. Isn't it lovely?
Yes. What do you study with it?
Almost anything. Leaves, blood, amoeba. I've a whole pond full of friends in the garden. Oh, and here's some others. This is Moses and his family. Hugo, Janet, and, Cinnamon.
Oh, which one's Mrs. Moses?
Oh, well, she became ill, so Cinnamon ate her. And Janet just laid some eggs and Hugo fertilized them. Oh, I know it all sounds terribly childish, but, well, these are modern relics of the most ancient forms of fish, the cyclostomes. Well, we all came out of the sea and all that, but, well, they ride on the backs of the larger fish and eat their flesh.
That certainly accounts for Mrs. Moses.
Sounds utterly revolting, but it's quite natural. For cyclostomes. You're going to be my stepmother, aren't you?
Really, I'm not very wicked.
No, I don't think you are. Would you like to see my dolls?
Oh, how exquisite.
Are these her friends?
She's had an assortment over the years. Some become outmoded, some remain.
Like Aaron? You know, you're very clever. You're very clever. You're very talented indeed. Who's this?
Can't you tell? It's Joan of Arc before St. Michael. You don't know how often I've imagined you here with me, alone in this room. This is our very special room.
Perhaps you can't imagine how often I've wanted to be here with you alone.
Each September 29th, I celebrate Michaelmas. And now you're here. It's like a dream. I like her, Father. Really, I do. I think she'll make a splendid stepmother. But you won't spoil my dream, will you?
Marguerite, it's late. Prepare for bed.
But, Mama, I must show my gardens a greenhouse. Oh, you shall come, shan't you?
Promise.
Hello friends, Tangela and I would like to take a moment to compel you to join Creature Features TV. It is our new streaming service that offers you early access to Creature Features from your computer or your favorite set-top device. You can see the full archive of Creature Feature episodes, movies we've yet to present on the show, a library of items from the original program, plus many other items you won't find anywhere else. Your small yet generous subscription fee not only supports the operation of the service, but actually helps finance the creation of our show. It's a very inexpensive way to ensure that we'll be able to continue producing Creature Features for years to come. Not to mention it'll keep Tangela out of making mischief and wreaking havoc in the village as well. So please visit creaturefeaturestv.com to learn more. And thank you so much for your support. You do cause trouble. Welcome back to Creature. You know, I need a welcome back song. Yeah, we've got this wonderful theme song. We have a wonderful end song, and then every time we come back, it's like some spooky spider thing, and then that's it.
Just do some vocal percussion.
Yes.
You can just do your own vocal thing.
I don't like that idea. No. It's too hip.
Yeah, it's not.
No,
classic.
we're not hip here. We are far from hip. You're hip.
Wow.
But no, I am not hip. We are watching A Reflection of Fear. We'll get back to that in a moment. We are with the wonderful Heather Rogers. You know, I almost spelt your name with a D. That's how it's typically spelt in the UK, R-O-D. Mm-hmm. And we say Rogers.
But that's such a wonderful way to say it.
No,
you can say
I
that.
like yours better. It makes more sense. Anyways, this film, tell me something interesting about this film.
Well, it's interesting to note that it was thought quite provocative, and it was shelved for 2 years before it actually was released.
So it was not held up for 2 years because of production issues. It was held up because it was such a naughty film.
Yeah, and you know, the New York Times did say that Sondra Locke had a virtuosic part in it. She had a virtuosic role. And
Right.
I would agree.
Right. No, and she was like, she's supposed to be playing what, a 14-year-old?
15.
15, and she was.
Interestingly, she was twice that age.
Right.
And the woman playing her mother, Mary U-R-E, she was only 11 years older than Sondra.
My goodness. Now, you know, Hollywood thinks they're magicians.
Well, they can
You know,
be.
makeup. No, I don't think so. You're a magician, but these guys behind the camera, no, they're not magicians. The Hollywood magic is, I think, the most overrated term in the world. It's not magic. I used to think it was. But, you know, they keep making these behind-the-scene things. That ruins it for me.
That's true.
Right. You got a trick.
I do, and I believe in real magic. Vincent.
Real
magic.
Right.
Real magic is the birth of a child. It's respiration. It's methylation. Real magic, if we were to really take in what's happening, it'd be overwhelming. That you know, we don't know how we function. You know, we can't take it apart. So magic helps us re-see that. And
I like that idea.
Right. And so I believe in real magic. Real magic is pure experience.
Show me real magic.
I'd like to.
All right.
This film is a psychological thriller, and it involves the conscious mind as well as the subconscious mind.
Right.
And Marguerite, subconscious mind, is wreaking havoc with everyone in this film. So I have a deck of cards, and what I'm going to do is give it a bit of a shuffle. And Vincent, we're going to bring forth your subconscious mind.
I don't think you want to go there.
I know, am I terrified yet? Now it's going to get very scary. So I'm shuffling the deck fitfully, and I'm going to ask you to just bring forth your subconscious mind, as it were. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Boom. Your subconscious mind just memorized the deck. Put your hand flat, please.
All right.
Put your other hand on top.
All right.
Now I want your conscious mind to just name any card you like at all.
Just not say it out loud.
No, go ahead and say it for the whole audience.
Anything I want. Any card in the deck.
Yes.
Let's do the King of Spades.
The King of Spades. Now I want you to gently lift your hand and start tapping the deck.
Like this?
Yes. Your subconscious mind is communicating with your conscious mind.
I like doing that.
It's very deep.
No, I like tapping the deck.
Oh, it feels good?
Right.
Right? All right. And I want you to keep tapping until you want to stop, and stop whenever you want. For sure there?
Yes.
You just tapped 31 times.
You were counting.
Yes, I was.
All right.
If you would not mind, Vincent, would you count with me to 31?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24,
25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You said the King of Spades.
Hold that up. Now, I watched her the entire time. There was no trickery here.
It's your subconscious mind speaking. There is so much it has to say.
That's incredible. Yeah, you should do this for a living.
I should. I can't wait to see more of this film and think of the subconscious level.
Right. Now I hope they do card tricks as well. All right. Well, you got another one for us. You stay there. You stay there. And I'm going to sit here and try to figure out what you did. See you soon.
You will never see your father again.
Would you say my prayers with me? Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. They won't let you come back.
No.
I must see you. It's quite dark. Will you be there?
Yes.
If I should die before I wake, I pray for long life after death. Amen.
Oh, Mickey, my God, how can you?
You saw her. I've got to see if there's some way I can help her.
What if you get caught?
If there's one thing I know, it's my way around that place.
I had a feeling from the moment we arrived tonight something was going to go wrong. Maybe you still do have a resistance to going through with marriage. I'm sorry, Mickey. I didn't mean it. Just where do you think you're going?
I have a rendezvous with Michael.
You what?
You heard me.
I have a rendezvous with Michael.
He's going to take me away from here. From them. Oh, I hate them.
He's not taking you anywhere.
And I hate you too.
Me?
Yes. All you ever do is undermine my faith in everything that I love.
How can you say that? Everything I've told you is true.
Oh, you're just like them. You just want me all to yourself.
Marguerite.
Well, I don't love you anymore. And I don't need any of you. Where are you?
Creature Feature team. This is Sharon from Harker Heights. I was just calling to say you guys are great and funny, and I really enjoy your movies. And show more of the black and white movies because I like classic movies. Have a great day and keep up the great work. Bye-bye.
This photo anywhere except for on this. Welcome back to Creature Features. If you're just joining us, I don't even know why you switched over. You should be watching that Designing Women film on Channel 2 because you missed half of this movie, but there's still time to see a few nice tricks. We'll get to that in a moment. But you were telling me during the break that you actually met Sally Kellerman, who plays the girlfriend,
well, fiance
of Robert Shaw.
I worked with her at Teatro Zanzani.
At what?
Yeah, Teatro Zanzani was a Spiegel tent on the pier of San Francisco.
Oh, I remember this.
Variety circus. Beautiful.
I never went.
It was lovely.
Right, and it's gone now.
It's gone. I also worked with Joan Baez. With her and Joan Baez was amazing. But Sally Kellerman, fully integrated performer, singer, dancer, built amazing. And she must have been in her 60s.
Right.
And she was just lovely. A little bit disoriented. We had to kind of get her to play.
She was a space case?
A little bit.
That's all right.
But she was lovely to work with. And in this film, she's gorgeous, isn't she?
No, she is rather lovely, but she's a circus person. Right? What was she doing there?
Well, she was the chanteuse. She was the singer part that Joan had
I understand
later.
French. I knew what you meant. Chant.
Oh, way.
What's the male version? Chanteur?
Chantude.
Chanteur. Tude.
Get it?
Chant dude.
Chantude.
No, that'd be nice. Now, if you live in the UK, you have to learn French, so you know how to swear in their own language. Yeah. It's a funny story. I'll tell you later. So this trick, what do you got?
Well,
money and cards.
Again, magic is metaphor. Life is not as it seems. And this is an opportunity to question that which you think is real. You're seeing 4 quarters, you're seeing 4 cards.
Right.
But what are you actually seeing? What is true in actual fact?
Right.
Because in this case, what you were seeing was not 4 quarters and 4 cards. You were just seeing 4 cards. And there's the mystery. Now you have a pair of glasses.
My glasses?
Yeah, I would like to improve your vision.
You're going to improve my vision?
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to attempt to. And this is an example of telekinesis. And both are a case of altering matter in a subtle way.
Right.
If you understand the principles of matter, you can. So I'm going to attempt to draw the power from these glasses because they're holding your frequency. And I'm going to levitate that frequency. Very good. Try them on and see if your vision has improved, Vincent.
Are they going to jump off my face?
I hope not. Better?
Yes. No. Yes.
Now that they're back on, I should say.
Yes. No. No, that was amazing. These are my glasses. These are not trick glasses. You see these on the show every week.
Mm-hmm. Now they're extra magical, and you will see better henceforth, however slightly.
That was incredible. All right, I think we should get back to the film because I'm discombobulated at the moment, but we will see you on the other side of the break.
Is that you, Sherry?
Marguerite?
Inspector, there's one thing I think you should know. I came back here last night, after dinner, about 12 o'clock to be exact. You see, my daughter knew my wife didn't want me to see her again, and during prayers, she asked me if I'd slip back and meet her later, inside the main gate. She said she had something very important she wanted to tell me. Miss Havard and I, we had quite a row before I decided to come back, because Miss Havard thought it would jeopardize the divorce.
Your wife acceded to your request?
I'll vouch for that.
Yes, of course. Well, you don't need one now. So you decided to come back?
Yes, but well, the gates were locked and Marguerite wasn't there. Somebody else was there, though, a boy, sitting up there on the wall.
A boy?
Well, I think it was a boy about 12 or 13. It was dark and he was dressed darkly.
Dressed darkly?
Tell you one thing, he saw me.
Did you speak?
Well, I called out Marguerite. I heard him before I saw him. Heard the leaves rustling. Then he jumped down from the wall and he ran away inside. Marguerite simply wasn't there. Got in the car, drove back to the inn. The whole thing couldn't have taken more than 45 minutes.
No, I don't suppose it would.
He was back at 20 minutes after 12. I was watching the clock the whole time.
I can imagine you were.
Is it true that the gates were found open this morning?
Yes, they were.
Father! Father! Father!
All right, all right.
Promise me you won't go now. You just can't leave now.
I won't. It's all right.
Skulls fractured, some heavy blunt instruments administered with considerable force. Both were sexually mutilated. Some obtuse object, not lacerated, kind of punctured.
Molested?
Can't say. It doesn't look like it. The older one had water in the lungs, but not much. She was dead when they dumped her in there.
You coming Saturday?
Sure.
First I heard someone in the garden. Then I heard someone near the house.
Did you see two people?
I don't know. It was dark and foggy. Then I saw someone running.
Now, the one you saw, what did he look like?
Oh, just a kid running through the woods. Over about there. Had on a sweater, jeans or something. I yelled out to him, "Hey, you!" And off he went.
The child always kept talking about someone taking her away from here.
Maybe I'd like to stay on here.
Me? Me? Stay here? They were yelling at each other. Then I heard a slap. I think she slapped him.
Don't touch that door, if you please, Mr. Heffernan.
The girl was brought up in almost total seclusion.
Well, as her father, you should seem to have some say now.
Miss Havard and I could look after her at the inn.
Yes, you could, couldn't you?
Inspector, I do realize I'm in a very vulnerable position. This all happens the night of the day I arrive. Apart from settling your case, we do have the matter of Marguerite's immediate security.
I quite agree. Why don't I talk to her and see what she wants?
I overheard Peggy telling him about my quarrel with Catherine and that remark about the gate.
You did find the gate locked, didn't you?
Do you think I lied?
No.
That doesn't sound very convincing.
I'm sorry for what I sound, Mickey. It's all a nightmare.
Marguerite tells me she feels most at home right here.
One for you, and one for you.
Delaying your trip to Toronto a few days might be advisable.
Inspector, did she tell you why she never turned up last night?
No, did she tell you?
Did she tell you that she asked me to meet her?
Should I have asked her? You told me that. Is there any reason I should doubt you?
Am I to consider this some subtle form of house arrest?
Hello. I brought your father's bags.
Oh, yes. Won't you come in, please?
Thank you. Where shall I put these?
Come in, dear.
This is one of the guest rooms. Never seen a guest. I always called it the ghost room. But Gromer always had Peggy keep it spotless. Just the same. Do you like it?
Oh, it's a lovely room.
Are both of you staying in here?
Yes.
Well, not that I mind. I mean, I'm not exactly a child anymore. And you're as good as married now. But I'm right next door, you know. Does that bother you?
Good night.
Good night, dear.
Good night. Now you've really done it. With that monstrous stick of yours. What did you do with it? You threw it in the sea, didn't you? I bet you threw it in the sea.
Who said I did it? Could just have
well have been St. Michael. He had everything to gain by it.
He'd never do such a thing.
Maybe not. Maybe I did. What's the difference? Anyway, it's only what you would have done yourself if you had the nerve to have a chance.
You are vile, Saint Nat.
Murder in your heart. The Bible told me so.
I want you out of here. Tonight. Otherwise you'll be discovered.
Oh, no, Marguerite. No, I'm not about to vanish now that we have the place to ourselves. The way you pretend with your dolls. They still think Aaron's a doll.
I'm afraid of you. After what you've done.
Now that you have what you want, our problem is your father. He discarded Catherine. Now Anne. No, Marguerite. He has what he's come for.
Your daughter stands to inherit the entire Sterling estate. You're her legal guardian.
But the fact of being her father, I plead entirely guilty.
Yes. Well, we, picked up a couple of lads over in Georgetown. You know Georgetown?
No, we came from Charlottetown.
Lovely this time of year.
Yes.
No, I meant Georgetown. The trees by the church. Cows. On the hill overlooking the bay. The water a pure cerulean blue. Well, usual troublemakers, summer house looters and the like. Blotter records, assaults. Unless someone is using your visit as the proper time for score settling. Mr. Heffron, we don't get this sort of thing around here. Have a nice day.
I need a real job.
You do it.
Why?
Because it won't hurt so much if you do it. Please. Just this once.
Annie, you just can't go on treating her as if she's a normal child.
Don't give me any more of your edible crap, Mickey, because I can't stand it. She wants to devour you like one of those evil little fishes of hers, and I think you actually like it.
Oh, it's not that, Mickey. It's that she's always getting you off by yourself, like this afternoon or today at the beach. I'm surprised we found this moment alone.
Well, it's hardly surprising, is it, in the circumstances? I mean, she is lost.
I know how much she needs you and all that, Mickey. But she's absolutely carnivorous about it. As if she's considerably more than a daughter.
You're jealous.
Yes. Yes, I suppose I am. And a little lonely, too.
You do realize these last few days, she's been trying to make up for 15 years of being without a father.
I do realize that that's what she'd like you to think. But it's rubbish because she's aware of every move she makes, like giving your leg a good feel.
Annie, that's not fair. What's the matter?
I don't know who to believe anymore. I want to believe you. I sometimes wonder why you did come back.
You're going to marry my father now, aren't you?
We'd planned to.
So, you shall be more than a stepmother.
No, I'm Anne.
I like to work on several at once.
It's rather like me keeping 10 books going at once. What's this one?
Oh, this is Aaron.
Your little friend?
Oh, he's not so little. No, this is the Aaron who brought forth water out of rocks, whose rod made miracles, turned into a serpent, bore almonds and things. I bet you don't believe I have a friend in the world. He used to be my only friend. But Mama just wouldn't have him. She wanted me to believe he was just a doll. But I tell you, Father, he's not a doll. Anne knows that.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, surely you don't believe there is such a friend, apart from the friend she imagines.
I'm sure there's an Aaron, but I don't know who he is. Did your mother tell you not to meet me?
No.
Was it somebody else who told you not to meet me?
No, I just decided that I was being terribly foolish and terribly unfair.
Are you aware that McKenna thinks I may have lied to him?
Oh, yes, I do realize what an unfortunate position it put you in.
And that someone else needs me very much.
Yes, I know that. You see, I was going to ask you to take me away. And I know that would have been very unfair of me to ask. Because you have your own life to lead. With Anne.
The mother cells divide to form the pollen grains, whose nuclei contain half the normal number of chromosomes characteristic in the parent plant.
You know about meiosis, but not about popsicles.
But I do now, and sundaes and drumsticks.
I know. An ice cream parlor. Maybe, someday I could treat you.
Would you like to see my power microscope?
They move by pseudopods.
False feet.
That's right. And they reproduce by splitting or binary fission. Then the nucleus divides by mitosis. Something like the pollen in your flowers.
I can divide them myself. By heat or light.
Well, yes, but when you divide an amoeba artificially, the portion containing the nucleus forms a new membrane and then continues as a whole animal. But the other portion, without the nucleus, lives on whatever food it can scrounge up, but can't digest it and can't reproduce, and soon dies.
Doesn't really die.
Of course it does.
That's not true.
Marguerite, is anything wrong?
Don't touch me. And don't say that.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back to Creature Features and A Reflection of Fear, starring Sondra Locke. You know, your locks somewhat remind me of Sondra Locke.
Yes, interestingly, she did become a blonde at one point. She was naturally a brunette.
She was not a blonde.
No, but she was lovely, isn't she? Just very interesting, waif-like presence.
You know, I have a question for you. I had an argument with somebody the other day. You have blonde, brunette, and redhead, right? They told me that there's a fourth called black hair.
Okay.
Does that ring true with you?
I've seen it in Morticia.
But I mean, isn't that a brunette as well?
Oh, that's true.
Because I always thought blonde, brunette, and redhead.
Blue.
I've never heard and black. Right? Anyways, that's neither here nor there. So Sondra Locke, she did a lot of films with what's his head, Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood, yeah, the first one. Well, I know the last one was Sudden Impact. She did the Any Which Way You Can, Any Which Way But Loose.
Oh, that had the chimpanzee or the orangutan, right?
Yes.
I love that film.
The Gauntlet with Steve McQueen.
I did not like that one.
Yeah, very intense.
Yeah.
That was the first one, I do believe.
Right.
But yeah, they made a lot of films together.
Yeah. And this was not one. You know, this film would have been better if it had Clint Eastwood.
Oh, yeah.
Although Robert Shaw, you know, he killed I suppose he did not, did he? The shark in Jaws. He was eaten by the shark in Jaws.
Is that right? He is a strong actor. Did a lot of Shakespeare.
Right. All right, you have a trick.
Yes.
I'm told.
People are curious about the life of a magician.
Right.
You know, do you know that I started by running away with the circus? San Francisco.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the Pickle Family Circus. You remember the Pickles?
Yes.
I was in the Pickles.
Right.
I ran away with the circus, and then I became, an entertainer through that.
All right.
We magicians have our own secret life, and people wonder how we make money. And I thought
if that's all the money you make, it's not good money. What is that, 5 ones?
I wanted to reveal to you. In fact, here, touch these. These are real, of course.
They smell real.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
They're real.
American single dollars.
So about 10 times a day, I just go boom, and I just turn them into 20s. And that's really how we do it. See that? You can touch them. They're real.
That's genuine money.
Yes.
You could do the thing and hold it up, right?
Mm-hmm, absolutely. You can mark it with that little ink thing.
Can you do that for me?
Sure. Do you have a bill I could borrow?
I have something, I'm sure.
Let's see.
I have an American dollar.
All right. Well, what would you like me to turn this into, Vincent?
1,000.
1,000?
No, they don't make that bill anymore, do they? All right, how about 100?
100, if you like.
100.
All right. You've requested a $100 bill. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to reveal how I do this. I'm a fan of quantum mechanics,
Right.
and I utilize these principles to manipulate money. So what I do is I reverse the quantum plasma polarity, and then I induce a laterally symmetric field in all graviton emitters. And then I focus that wave through the lens of singularity at 0 distance to the event horizon, turning myself into a supernova of sentience and turning that 1 into 100.
You know, that was a bunch of gobbledygook, but let's do it again with this, and then I'll get my 1,000, right?
You should.
It smells real. My goodness, this is wonderful. No, I think, so you said you're going to show us how you do this, or no?
I just did. I just showed you.
You explain it with your Star Trek psycho babble. All right. Well, we'll have Tangela see if she can turn it back into a 1.
Okay.
The last thing I want is a $100 bill in my pocket with her around. And she'll be joining us next. So what do you say we wrap up this film, and then we're going to find out what the wonderful Heather Rogers is doing next, right?
Lovely.
All right, off we go to the end of A Reflection of Fear. Don't you dare go away after the credits, because we're going to be sitting here going, where did they go?
You're getting pretty bold, aren't you? Parading your boyfriends past my door. What's happening to us, Marguerite?
Friends just grow apart, I guess.
I've waited too long to let you get away from me now.
You don't possess me.
But I do. Never quite as much as I do now. And you'll do as I say exactly, or I'll have to do it for you, as usual.
I don't know what you mean.
Listen. Listen. Yes, I need you. That's the trouble. You don't seem to need me quite the way you did before. I don't mean that.
Don't leave me.
Oh, God, why didn't you just ask her in it with us?
It's just sickness, Mickey. All of you. This house. I can't stand it anymore. I'm going back to the inn.
Don't leave me. Don't. Oh, don't leave me.
Anne!
Hector? 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 I want to talk to you. Hector!
Honey?
Oh, Mickey. Mickey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
McKenna's on his way over.
Well, there were 2 sets of footprints. One matches yours, Mr. Heffernan. The other set we'll know tomorrow.
Beer. You ever had a beer?
No.
How do you like it?
Better than popsicles. Would you like to live there when you're a doctor?
Well, I would like to intern there, yes. It's a beautiful city. But I love the sea. Who knows? Life is so full of changes. Would you like to see Montreal one day?
Yes.
Aren't you warm in your things?
No.
You really should have worn a swimsuit.
Well, I can't swim.
I could teach you.
The motor went berserk. The boat hit the reef. The body was catapulted on the rocks.
You'll be all right.
Where is her father? Why isn't he here? You know my trouble? I drink too much.
The doctor will...
Stop! Stop! Let go of me! I gotta go home! I gotta go home! Please! I have to go home! Stop! Stop! Please take me home! Go!
Don't ever let a man touch you. Their touch is death.
Where is her father? Why isn't he here?
You can't treat me like that, Marguerite. I'm not a child anymore. I can get along on my own.
I don't suppose you remember me, do you?
I remember.
The way you pretend with your dolls. You still think Aaron's a doll.
I made a phone call to Boston.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep.
Because you're a very special child, my sweet.
And Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water.
And when you are a young lady, we shall travel together everywhere, mother and daughter.
Another book from her father. Father, 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 father.
Father. They're going to take me away, aren't they?
Yes, my love.
But I'm not the one, you know. I can't protect him anymore. Even if he was my friend. He hurt me. He hurt us all. Dreadfully. Will you let me show you?
Yes.
Mickey, what is it? Mickey, don't go up there.
You stay down here.
Call records.
Oh, yes, I want to check on the birth of a girl, please, born about 16 years ago.
I'll connect you with vital statistics. Vital statistics?
Yes, I'd like some information on the birth of a young girl, please, born about 16 years ago. The mother's name was Catherine Sterling. The girl's name was Marguerite.
1 second, please. Yes, I have the record. I'm sorry, sir. There was a child born to a Catherine Sterling on the date you mentioned. But there seems to be some mistake. Our records do not show the birth of a girl, but we do show born to a Catherine Sterling in September of that year. A 7-pound, 6-ounce boy.
And that brings us to the end of A Reflection of Fear. What did you think of the film, Tangela? You know, there was not enough blood and guts. That's all she wants to see is blood, guts, and torture and evilness. And I mean, there was a bit of that in this, but not enough.
Very cool spiky hairdo at the end. That was kind of exciting.
Right. Yeah. No, that was different. We'll show this film again in maybe 2 years or something. That typically is all repeat time. 2 years, 3 years sometimes never, but not in this case. So Heather Rogers, magician and amazing person. What's next on the agenda for you?
A lot of holiday shows, doing a lot of magic, stage magic. I have a lot of team building things coming up for corporations because I'm a team builder and corporate entertainer. And the exciting thing is that
football teams?
Football, yeah, magic for everybody.
Not American football, but European
we
football.
go along for bricks. We throw bricks and they catch it, and it's very team building.
Bricks.
Yeah, bricks.
All right.
But in any case, the very next project is a high-profile tech company is going to have a team building experience where we're going to create their own music video. And so they're going to star, they're going to have a glam team come and set them up. They're going to write the song together and perform.
That sounds hideous.
Yeah?
No, you'll be fine, but it's the tech people that they do not have the talent for doing these things.
Well, you might be surprised, and either way, we'll make them look great.
You'll use your magic, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, how can we find out more about you?
Well, you can go to heathermagic.com.
heathermagic.com, and that will show you your stuff, and then you have another website connected to that as well, and they can go visit that.
Yeah, with my business partner. It's
Right.
called Curated Entertainment is the company.
Curated Entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, all entertainment should be curated, right?
Yes, personalized to the heart.
No, that's wonderful. All right, Heather, thank you so much for coming to visit us. Your magic was wonderful, and she had a lot of insights on this film. Yeah, most of the time, my guests know more about the film than me, but not too much more, and she knew quite a bit more. So thank you. Next time you're in town, come see us, all right? As far as you guys are concerned, thank you for staying up and watching our show instead of Designing Women on Channel 2, because there would have been no magic, and there would have been no murder, and but there was better stars in that film, so that was that. But anyways, thank you, and next week we're going to have another movie, another guest. Don't know who, don't know what, but it'll be fun. Don't forget, we love you. See you next time. So, Heather.
Yes.
You know, I'm thinking we're close to a casino, and if we were to go in there and you were to do your card magic with a little bit of my money, what do you think?
That is the stupidest idea I've ever heard.